Hello and welcome to this Sarah and Chutney live stream interactive world building philosophical comedy world building live stream with Sarah and Chutney. And if you are new, I'll just give you the quick lowdown of what's happening. This is my stuffed toy Chutney. She does talk. She has quite a bossy personality actually. She's a bit mad at me because I was a bit late for the stream.
Yeah, I was waiting for like an hour for you. I should do these streams on my own.
So as you can see, she is a bit bossy. She has a personality. I've had her since I was 9 years old. And on my channel, what we do is we learn about the world that Chutney is from. The stories, the histories, the quirks, the characters and the jokes from the world of... Where is my mouse? From the world of Chutasia. And there we go. There is the Chutasian map. As needed... I will be showing the map to indicate where certain places are. So this week's live stream is going to contain at least the following 4 segments. The now traditional Sarah and Chutney live stream segments of Chutney's guided meditation, Chutasian style, Chutney's weekly horoscopes, Chutasian style, where we take horoscopes from the chat. We are now going to be introducing a weekly Pickloria part of the stream, where we have decided that Pickloria is a great candidate to be somewhat of a community fan-based driven project. I don't know how to describe this, but we have a feeling that many of us, all the people who watch the stream and all the people who watch the Sarah and Chutney channel, you know, me, Max, Chutney, that we all might have an ability to telepathically understand things about Pickloria. And so we'd like that to be a bit of a collab. Like maybe you have a particularly strong telepathic piece of information about Pickloria that you need to share with us. And then I will create some sort of, I don't know, it will be maybe some sort of ongoing document or video series where we can capture what we're learning about Pickloria together. So yeah, if you're like, what the hell is Pickloria? I'll explain that when we get there. We've also got another segment which we want to trial for this week, which we're going to call Teddy Talk. Which will be like Chutney can do a TED talk, but of course it's a Teddy talk. So she can give us some sort of spontaneous information about a Chutasian teaching or something. I don't know exactly how that will work because we've not done it before. So that's our 4 planned segments. And then in between we will take messages from the chat, or, you know, this is still quite chat driven, so we might not end up doing all of them, but if you are watching this recorded in the future, please do look at the chapters. I add chapters as soon as I can so that you can click around, but if you are one of the blessed few watching this live, you don't have that. In return you get to live influence the Teddy talk. Exactly, Teddy talk. They're definitely going to sue me for that if this gets big, but until then, one thing, actually, before we get started, is we have remembered that there were things from last week's stream that we were supposed to share with you. And so I have gone away and I've done my homework and I have come back with some sort of digital paintings that I promised I would share. And I have remembered to save them. So last week I was talking about the character Chittenden, who was sort of Chutney, alias, that sort of disguise that Chutney was using to pretend to be kind of like a journalist during the War of the Potato, without anybody knowing that, of course, she is the princess of Chutasia. She was disgraced because of her behaviour during the war, and but she still wanted to attend like royal banquets and things like that. So she went as a journalist who was called Chittenden. And I did share with you that Chutney had an outfit that she wore as Chittenden. I found a photo of it, and that Chittenden has an official painted portrait that I will also share with you. I'm looking at the chat. Did I say something silly? Did I say driving under the influence or something? Oh, I meant to say you're influencing me. But I don't know what I actually said. That's kind of like a thing that you have to accept when you're doing streaming, that sometimes you just say nonsense. Sorry if I spoke nonsense. Anyway, Chittenden. So I will first of all, should I show the photo first or the painting first? I mean, to be honest, the painting is was traced over the photo. That I'm an okay artist, all right, but if you can just trace over a photo, why wouldn't you? So anyway, let's move this way. I think I'll start off showing you this photo of Chutney from 2018. This is Chutney in her Chittenden outfit. As you can see, she has a top hat. This is actually, this is a remaking of her outfit, but using objects from Earth. So the top is like a little washed out dessert pot thing. The eye is, I don't know if you have strepsils in America, sort of like cough sweets, and they come in this like sort of, what do you call it, blister packaging, and then we cut that out. So that's her monocle, and then she's wearing Max's bow tie, and then this is like a pen, but she's using it as a cane. I can see in the chat Sean saying that you can't look because it's too sunny. Well, you'll have to go back and look, because this is really something to behold. Chutney in her Chittenden outfit. I will now show you the painting, which I've perfectly overlaid, so you will see very well how this works. There we go. So this is the official portrait of Chittenden.
Chittenden welcomes you to this banquet. Please sit down and eat some carrot and swede.
Yes. There's lots of stuff about the banquet etiquette that we'll have to do one day. There's all sorts of special phrases that you're supposed to say in order to get extra food. And there are also certain dishes that you're supposed to cheer when they bring out, otherwise it's a bit rude. So I don't know if carrot mash might be one of those. So that's Chutney in her Chittenden official portrait. And of course the Chittenden outfit made of earth goods. The other one that we promised you was. So I don't know why I've got so much saliva in my mouth. So I shouldn't just say out loud all my thoughts. I can say my thoughts out loud if I want. Is Chutney on a bike? Someone was asking whether Chutney could ride a bike. I have to say, when I found the picture, it was not particularly illuminating in terms of the mechanism for Chutney riding the bike, but it is a painting of Chutney on a bike. So let me share that. She is, of course, wearing a helmet because Chutney cares about safety, and she's wearing a red helmet because apparently there are some studies that, red signifies danger or something. So that's Chutney on her bike. I'm not sure exactly how the seat is positioned, and of course her foe is only reaching one pedal, so I don't know how it works. As I said, I suspect she can only go downhill. And in the background, I think that is a drawing of Oxford, some sort of painting of Oxford. I'm not sure that I actually have like the copyright ability to show that, or at least I could never sell this as a drawing without changing the background, because I don't think, maybe I was very forward thinking when I drew that like 10 years ago. That might be a what do you call that, free use image, whatever it's called, because I might have thought, oh yes, one day
when I have my theme park, we will want to sell prints of me on my bike.
So it's possible that I did think that. So that's Chutney on her bike. I'm sorry that's not more illuminating as to how she pedals, but it is cute, and I've even gone to the effort of drawing on her melted eye. Sean says it's red to hide the bleeding, but the thing is, Chutney doesn't bleed. Chutney is, she's just psychoplasm, it's stuffing basically.
I don't bleed.
No, but I guess when you, I don't know, if you hit other cyclists, they would.
Oh, it is not to hide my blood, it is to hide the blood of others. Oh, okay. That took a dark turn.
So I think those were the things I was supposed to follow up on, so that's good. Hold on, my I've got too many things on my desk and they're making a clattering noise. Right, here we go. Sean says, I'm still more old videos. I'm finally caught up on recorded live streams. I need to watch some. Oh, thanks, Sean. Thanks for supporting us. How do you sleep, Chittenden? How do you sleep? I don't know. How does Chittenden sleep? Let's look back at the... Is there something about Chittenden's appearance? Oh, right. Also, well, I mean, I suspect that Chittenden is a very serious character, and I suspect that he sleeps in this full gear.
Yes, absolutely. I have full commitment to the role. It was a bit uncomfortable, to be honest, but I'm very dedicated to my craft.
So I hope that answers the question as to how Chittenden sleeps. So, how do you spell Chittenden? Not like that.
Not like that.
Actually, I'm thinking Chittenden. I think it came from... I mean, obviously, it came from Chutasia.
Yes, it came from Chutasia.
But the way that we remembered it was I was doing ancestry research or something, and I was looking at this like ledger of people who had been on a ship. I think it was a ship sailing either to or from America or something. And I can't remember if it might have been a transcription error, actually. Someone had this surname, Chittenden. I don't think that they were actually called Chittenden, but on the transcription, it had been wrongly transcribed as Chittenden. And I read it and I thought, that's so funny. How posh do you have to be? Chittenden. And then, of course, when I said it out loud, Chutney was like,
well, that's my name. How do you know my secret name from when I was a journalist?
And then she started telling us all about that. So that's always interesting to think about. Sean says, my dog likes taking the psychoplasm out of her toys. So psychoplasm is like the stuffing that allows you to think and have thoughts and emotions and feelings. So all toys, I guess, have stuffing. But do all toys have psychoplasm? If your dog is tearing apart the toys and tearing up their psychoplasm, I would be very concerned for the poor toy who might be experiencing some unpleasant sensations. I don't know. Although psychoplasm is very protective. I think, at least with Chutney and the Chutasian ones, if anything was to happen to harm them, my understanding is they would very quickly, their essence would leave the body and they would not feel any pain, is my understanding. Although I suspect they must feel a little bit of pain, but I guess if the psychoplasm was being literally ripped out of the body, I suspect they would have gone into the time suit before that, but I don't know. So we've got the question is there a Chutasian alphabet? There is a Chutasian alphabet, at least for the sort of common Chutasian language. I mean, I'm sure there are different dialects and I'm sure there are different languages, but so far we only know of one, which is just called Chutasian, which is seemingly like identical to English. There are a couple words here and there that don't match. For instance, we were talking the other day, the plural of carrot in Chutasia is not carrots, it's carroten, or as we were having a little argument about the pronunciation of carroten or caroten or caruten. I think I can't remember the exact thing, but there was a debate happening between
it's caruten.
Sorry, it's caruten, sorry.
No, it's caruten.
Oh, okay, whatever. She can't decide, she changes it all the time.
The language is musical and variable.
Okay.
I don't like to be restricted. Caroten.
Okay, so that's the answer. So there is a Chutasian alphabet and it looks exactly like the English one. I suspect there might be a couple weird characters that we've not discovered yet in the Chutasian alphabet. Is there any old dead Chutasian language that remains a mystery from the ancient carnivore era? Goodness me, what's the ancient carnivore era?
Oh my goodness, it sounds very scary. Like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. There's probably, almost certainly, there's quite a lot of ancient civilizations. There's the Arizocoans, the Macadamians. Those are the ones that we know about. And we're slowly learning more and more about them. But they're a bit more... they're a bit more enlightened, like a bit more philosophical, a bit less silly than the modern day Chutasians. Or well, I don't know, they're still quite silly, but they're a bit less silly, so they require a bit more thought and care and attention to learn about the macadamians. Although not totally. So the macadamians, oh no, that's not an ancient thing, is it? Or is it? Oh, I'll have to talk about that the other day. Another day. My brain wasn't working. Yeah, I was going to say something about the macadamians, but that's actually the macadamian revival that's happening in Chutasia, and not the ancient macadamians, not to be misunderstood. So I am aware as well that Sean left me some questions in a comment as well, which I should answer. But as always, I haven't prepared very well, so let me just open the page. Here we go. YouTube comments. Let's see. They always try to do like a kind of smart filtering on YouTube, where they try to show me what YouTube thinks are the comments that I should reply to, but it filters. Yeah, see, I've just removed the filter then, and it's come up with like 3 comments that I've not seen yet. And I feel bad, like people are waiting like a week for me to comment. I just didn't see it. So but yes, you left quite a lot of okay, so there was a question here about, has anyone studied the effects of sowing, tending, and enjoying a paracosm on people in terms of their own happiness? I don't know, but I know that there was a study done about children who had paracosms, and the expectation that they had was that paracosms would be like a private thing that people do like on their own, and for a lot of people it is, but they also showed that for a lot of children they did paracosms in groups, and it was like a social activity that brought joy and bonding and things like that. So I know that can happen. I don't know how common that is though. Paracosm doesn't actually seem to be like that well studied. I mean, you can find studies, it does exist, but it's not massively looked at as far as I can tell. A lot of the studies as well focus on sort of famous authors, that they're not coming necessarily from a psychology point of view about social studies or whatever, like normal people. That a lot of them are talking about like the Bronte sisters or something, so which is still very interesting, but it's not really necessarily relevant for most people. Has anyone ever deeply looked into the prevalence of paracosm creation, and how did they determine it? I mean, many of us may or may not maintain a paracosm or similar alternate reality, but would never admit it openly. Again, I think that I mean, I'm no way an expert on this. I actually, the other day, this is a scary thing about the modern world. The other day, I had a question about paracosms. I can't remember what it was. It was probably something like, can a paracosm be like this or something? And I typed it in, and the Google AI summary quoted me as a source to answer my question that I typed into Google. So my YouTube video was appearing in the AI summary for my question. So it really shows you this kind of new world where you need to be a bit careful about sources, because I mean, I do my best to say the truth in my videos, but yeah, when I type in a question into Google about paracosms, it quotes me. So I don't know. I think they did show that there was some sort of link between having a childhood paracosm and being more likely to win a certain literary prize or something. But again, I'm not a writer, and I've never really been interested in writing, so that wouldn't apply to me. So yes, I think there was another one. Scrolling. Oh, it was actually a response to and that's another thing that's annoying on the YouTube comments. Anyway, it's not like this is not a stream of me giving feedback on the interface of YouTube, but I think you replied to my comment, and because you replied to my comment, it doesn't come up in the comments. How silly. Let me just find it because there was quite a lot of comments. Let's see if it's here. Comments. Right, here we go. I hope Sean is still with us because I know we're down to two viewers. Sean asked, after spending the last few days watching some Krakenford videos, which I think we looked at the other week, which was these sort of videos about ancient or sort of folklore, old folklore and stuff, I have a few questions. Number one, what is the Chutasian creation myth? How was the world and the Chutasians created? So I did do a video about the Chutalandian creation myth, which you can find on my channel. It was a very early one. So it would be from like 2024, like the end of 2024. And I talked about the Chutalandian creation myth. So that's how in Chutaland, the sort of widespread myth about how they think the Chutasian islands were made. So they thought that it was just a single land mass. And then they were given a magical dagger by the god Hod. And these different tribal leaders were told to throw the dagger into the ground to split the hedgehogs up because they were warring. And so Hod was like, you got to stop warring. And the way I'm going to stop you from having a war with each other is I'm going to physically split up the land mass that was called Chutasia Totem. And so each of the different tribe leaders were told to take the magical dagger and throw it at the ground. It would create an earthquake, and then an island would float off from what is now Chutaland in the middle. I should show the map. They used to think all of these were joined together. And then they threw the dagger at the ground, and then all these bits broke off and they were given to the different tribes. And then the sort of prophecy was that one day they would all be united again. And many hedgehogs believe that that prophecy came true because under King Atalarixus, one of Chutney's grandfathers, they were united again under United Chutasia. So a lot of people think that that prophecy came true. So that's a Chutalandian creation myth. There are some other creation myths for different places, but I suspect I should actually dedicate a proper bit of video to talk about that. There's a creation myth around a volcanic island, and there's a creation myth about how the Chutasian hedgehogs themselves were made. Vaguely, very briefly, the myth was that I think it was like one of the gods or something made some gingerbread hedgehogs, and the gingerbread hedgehogs came to life, and that is the Chutasians. Obviously, there's more to the myth than that, but yeah, they were like a set of gingerbread biscuits that became animated.
Yes.
Is that why you're so sweet?
Yes.
So there's that. I won't rush that question. What stories do Chutasian parents tell their kids to keep them from wandering into the forest? Well, I think this makes some assumptions about Chutasian, not climate, what you call that, landscape. Really only, I mean, there's not really that much forest. They kind of live... Well, I don't really understand exactly some of Chutasia. Some of it is very industrial. Some of it is sort of medieval. Some of it is sort of concrete and factories. And some of it, yes, is woods and things like that. I don't think Chutasian hedgehogs do wander off into the woods, do they?
Well, if they do, they don't come back.
Okay. What other stories do they tell?
Well, they just say, well, if you walk all the way into the woods, don't forget you'll have to walk all the way back, and that'll be really tiring.
Okay, I see. So the Chutasian hedgehogs are quite exercise adverse.
Absolutely. Nothing more turns a hedgehog away than the thought of having to be out of breath. Think if you go into the forest, you'll get tired and you'll be like,
Okay, so that's primarily, so they just use common sense. Common sense and logic stops them wandering into the forest.
Yeah.
Rising Action says, I'd love to hear about the gingerbread hedgehogs one day. Yeah, it's a story under development. So I know this concept of that there was some god, I haven't figured out exactly which one. Maybe they don't know which one. Maybe there's a debate about which one. That some god, made these sort of hedgehog biscuits, and then sort of put some magical spell on, and then the biscuits came to life, and then I don't know how they end up as stuffed animals, but yeah, I think that's enchanting.
Yes. Enchanting.
The enchanting story of the gingerbread hedgehogs. Actually, I did used to make gingerbread hedgehogs at Christmas. I used to like sort of cut out the shapes of the gingerbread, and I would make some that were hedgehogs.
Of course.
Of course. I don't think that's where that came from, but
Yeah, I guess I was unconsciously influencing you.
and then we've got, are there any predator animals in Chutasia? Well, my intuition would be no.
Oh, well, I think if there were, we'd all be dead. As I say, we don't like exercise.
Yeah, but maybe they sort of like a bug that bites you and then poisons you and then you die slowly.
No, that's not very nice. Why would I add that to my world?
No. No, that's not. Yeah, you're ruining the illusion. We're supposed to be.
Oh yes, I'm supposed to be reporting on a real world. Let me think. No.
So there's no predators as far as we're aware. Like, how interesting. I mean, I think the relationship between the Chutasians and the sort of animals in Chutasia is kind of funny, because there are animals in Chutasia. Now I'm wishing I had sent this other picture of the giant slugs. So there are animals. Let me just move that. There we go. There are other animals that are definitely animals, and they're not sort of like conscious in the same way they are. So there's definitely fish.
Vegetable fish.
There's fish and vegetable fish. I'm not sure. Are the fish that are in the ocean, are they vegetable fish or are they fish?
They exist on a continuum.
No, okay. This is, we were talking the other day about fish, vegetable fish, formerly known as fish. There's been some new marketing in the sale of fish. So there's definitely fish, and I think there's like turtles and stuff, but they're animals though. They're not talking, because there are obviously, like squirrel. So as far as I'm aware, there's not squirrels in Chutasia that are not conscious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, these lot are stuffed animals, aren't they? So like stuffed animals, and then there's like real animals, I guess, because that's what they call the Chutasian dragon, is just a earth hedgehog. So maybe the well, I don't know, because the drawing of the giant slugs, who are called, sorry, I had to hiccup them. The drawing of the giant slugs that I've got, the slugs are called Sage and Onion, and they use them for transport. They carry the royal chariot, and I wish, now I'm thinking, why didn't I just send it to myself? I've got this kind of drawing of Chutney's sister Spud being pulled on the royal chariot by the two giant slugs, Sage and Onion. So there are definitely animals, but I don't think there's any predators.
No.
No, I don't think so. No. Okay. So I think that was the last of, as far as I can see, that was the last of Sean's comments that he had written. Since you and Chutney share the same essence, can you read her mind? Do you know from her thoughts when she is being an unreliable narrator? I think that I think that Chutney's awareness herself is a bit limited. Like, I'm not sure that Chutney knows when she's being unreliable. Maybe she does. There's definitely a little bit of a block between us. I think Chutney is a part of me, but I'm not a part of Chutney, is what I'm coming to understand it through these streams and these philosophical conversations we've been having. I've started to understand that she is a part of me, but the whole how do I explain that? There's her, and then there's other stuff that makes up me, but for her, there's only me. So you would think that I would be able to tell when she's being an unreliable narrator. I'm I can't really tell because I think that Chutasia and the world of Chutasia and these stories and stuff, they exist in some sort of realm of it being unclear to everyone involved, actually, what is real, what is not real. So I don't know when she's being an unreliable narrator, and I don't think that she knows when she's being an unreliable narrator, which I think fits because Chutney is innocent after all. I mean, I think sometimes there are definitely times where I'm like, not sure about that. But I think that's probably the most honest way to answer it. Can I read her mind? Well, yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't know, I'm just looking at her. I think so. I can read her mind, but it's not the same as being her. I can imagine what things might be like from her perspective or what she might care about or want to say. I suppose that's the telepathy aspect. But I don't feel that I am within her body, if that's clear. I don't feel like that I'm taking on her body, but I can sort of look at her and sort of answer deeply the question, what would Chutney think about this? What would Chutney say about this? What would Chutney feel about this? I can deeply answer that in a way that is sort of as if she were saying it herself, which I suppose is the telepathy aspect.
Wow, this was very clever. I bet you're really proud of that.
Yes, I am. So she could not read. She could not read what I actually thought. She said, I bet you're really proud of that. So she knows me well enough to know that I would be happy about that, but not with enough knowing to just know that you're proud of that. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's interesting. There's a bit of asymmetry, actually. I suppose it's because she is the one latching on to my life force, if that makes sense. In this realm, I don't know if I was in Chutasia, if it would feel more the other way around, like because I would be using her life force in a way. Maybe the access would be different. I hope that answers the question. So, can you read her mind? Not read her mind as such, but I can imitate her mind to the level that I could be her mind. Do I know when she's being an unreliable narrator? Nobody knows when she's being an unreliable narrator. Not even her.
And that was the philosophical bit of the stream. Let's get back to talking about pizza.
Maybe you can do your TED talk about the philosophy of pizza.
Oh, I could do my guided meditation about pizza.
Oh, you could do. So let's again revisit our topics for the stream, just so I don't. Well, the TED talk, the Teddy talk, can be kind of left out if necessary. But it would be good to do the horoscope and the meditation because that's and the Pickloria. Should we do Pickloria? Let's do some Pickloria. How many have we still got Rising Action? I don't think we have Sean anymore. Or maybe it would be better to do the meditation. Let's do the meditation about pizza because that just came in your mind. So I think we should go off the vibe.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a meditation now about pizza. Can I just drink some water?
No. Don't want watery pizza. Oh my goodness. Watery pizza is a curse that you curse on your enemies. You say, I hope all the pizzas that you eat are watery.
Wow.
I curse you.
Wow. Okay. Watery pizza was like that when you put it in the microwave and then it's a bit sweaty and then the pizza's a bit watery.
Yeah. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. I hope all your pizzas are watery.
Well, anyway, let me just take a sip of my water and then we will... although we do have another person with us. I don't know if it's Sean come back or if it's someone else. Hello, someone else. Are you a Are you a lurker? Right. Hold on. I knew I should have bought more water. Hold on. Right. Let's do the guided meditation, and then we'll do Pickloria.
Okay. Is everybody ready? Try to cast away from your mind the discussion we were just having about watery pizza. This will not settle you, and it will trouble your mind. Think about a beautifully just cooked pizza being served to you on a perfectly round plate. Think about the sacred geometry of the pizza. Think about the slices of pizza and how they represent slices of one whole. How they are both individual slices of a pizza, whilst also being one at the same time. How each slice of pizza has its own qualities and quirks, and its own particular arrangement of the toppings. But when you observe all of the slices as a whole, you see that they make up a single entity known as pizza that you're going to eat. Was that good?
It was very good. Keep going.
And think about how if you were to eat a slice of that pizza, in some ways, the pizza is still whole because you could just rearrange the slices and it would still, as long as they were cut correctly, not in squares or something demonic like that, they were in perfect segments. You could just rearrange the segments so that one piece was not missing anymore. But would it be the same pizza?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just something to think about during your guided meditation. Think about eating pizza. Think about the sweet, sweet taste of tomato sauce on your mouth. And the gooey, gooey cheese. And think about all the things in life that bring you joy. And then think about how they're all temporary. But you can always just get another pizza. You can eat the slice of pizza, but then you can just order another pizza. But it's not the same pizza. And one day you will eat your last pizza.
Okay.
I hope you're finding this relaxing. I'm talking about how transient things are still meaningful. And yes, I'm a bit stuck.
Okay. Well, tell us more about the toppings on the pizza.
Cheese is an ooey gooey cheese. Imagine that you are a piece of pizza cheese slowly melting onto the pizza base. Slowly melting. Melt your body into the pizza base. And relax. And remember, you are just melted cheese on the pizza base of life. And take that with you on your week. Every time you feel stressed, just think about this cosmic Chutasian pizza. How you are a piece of a whole pizza. You are both a complete piece and also part of the pizza at the same time. And you can relax and be ooey gooey cheese whenever you need as a safe sanctuary from the horrors of life. I hope this was meaningful for you. Let's take a moment just to bring ourselves back into the room and let out a lovely deep breath, a lovely sigh, and let all your stress go. And remember your inner cheese. Whenever you're feeling stressed, just think, I need to connect with my inner cheese.
Okay, that shall be Chutney's.
That shall be my meditation segment for the week. Hope it was enlightening as always.
So we can do Pickloria, perhaps, before we move on to horoscope. So, let me just... I'm having a sensory issue with my hair. It feels all itchy. Right, there we go. So, we're receiving some pizza emojis, which I think means that someone appreciated your meditation, Chutney.
Thank you very much for this great appreciation with pizza emojis. It's a symbolic representation of your appreciation of my wisdom. Remember, find your inner cheese.
Okay. Let's do a bit of Pickloria. So, we'll only add we'll only add as much as we feel we want to add. Here we go. Hold on, we've got a question before we do Pickloria. Are Chutney's meditations rooted in a certain Chutasian religion? Also, does Chutney believe in a certain Chutasian religion or philosophy?
My meditations are universal and timeless. Just like me. And that's why you can love me.
Do you believe in a certain religion?
I was brought up in the tradition of Chutianity. I'm not kidding. That's what you called it when you were 9.
I know.
I mean, that's what it's called. Chutianity.
Which is the religion that has Hod in it. So Hod is the deity that they normally worship in Chutaland. Hod is traditionally understood to have lived on the island of Eriziko in the bottom left. And much of Eriziko is still in ruins because it's considered a sort of sacred place where you're not allowed to interact with too much with the environment because they're trying to save the places that Hod might have visited. So there's like a special wood, actually. I think it's called Wood Eriz, where Hod apparently performed some miracles or something. So that's the tradition, but I don't know to what extent. Chutney, do you actually believe in Hod?
Of course I believe in Hod. What the hell? I mean, I believe that he was some sort of historical figure who had great influence on society and culture. I don't know to what degree I believe that his miracles actually occurred, but I can think more about what they tell me about myself and others.
Okay.
And I'm founding my own philosophy. To be honest, I think that's partly what we're doing on this channel. The philosophy of Sarah and Chutney, or if you want, just the philosophy of Chutney. I don't think we need Sarah. I think we can do this without Sarah.
It's not very nice. I always a bit mean to me in the streams. Always a bit like saying like you can do it without me and that I'm late and that you're gonna fire me and that you can do it on your own. Like I feel actually a bit hurt.
Sounds like you need therapy.
No. What?
I think if you want someone to be nice to you, you should get tropical.
Okay. All right. We'll have to take this offline, Chutney.
Okay. I'll circle back later.
Circle back later with the argument. All right. Pickloria. So, welcome to this first collaborative segment on the Lost Realms of Pickloria. The Lost Realms of Pickloria is a fantasy imaginary world relating to this pickle, who is called Simon Peter Pickle. Simon Peter Pickle belongs to a hedgehog who is called Shushlicky. Shushlicky is a associate of Chutney. So this is Chutney the hedgehog, and Chutney the hedgehog has an associate called Shushlicky, who she met in the world that she's from, called Chutasia. And Shushlicky has this cuddly toy, who is called Simon Peter Pickle, who he has his own paracosm with. It's an incredibly generic paracosm. We say generic, surrounded by hearts, because many people love generic world building. We're talking orcs, we're talking dwarves, we're talking elves, we're talking dragons, We're talking rings that give you power. We're talking about magic. And so it's an incredibly, in fact, I think it should be the most generic world that can exist. But all of the characters are pickles. So that's the premise. And what we believe, what we interpret, is that all of us have a bit of Pickloria in us. All of us have the ability to I don't know what we call it, to sense information about Pickloria, because all of us can tap into what would be the most generic thing ever to happen. And then that is what would happen in Pickloria. So we'll be building this over many, many, many weeks, many months, many years, many decades. So we're not in a rush. But today, let's think about what is just one piece of information that we can add to Pickloria, the most generic pickle land ever. So we could start off with, like, who is Simon Peter Pickle in the world? Is he some sort of a hobbit character? We probably can't use the word hobbit without getting sued. So some sort of woodland dwelling thing. I don't know. Hobbits, some whatever. Is he an elf? Do we think Simon Peter Pickle is an elf, or is he a magical being, or is Simon Peter Pickle just a sort of narrator of the world of Pickloria? So that could be a question, whether we think Simon Peter Pickle is actually in it, or we could go for something way more simple, like a type of magical object that exists in Pickloria. Is there going to be a ring in Pickloria? He just looked at when I looked and then I made him look. For a moment, I felt that he was alive, and it was a bit scary. I don't know if that was caught on camera, but I looked, and exactly at the same time, I made him go like that, and we got eye contact, and then he smiled at me, and I thought, oh, the pickle is alive. Rising Action suggests maybe he is a traveling writer or a traveling scribe. It's true. Isn't that something like is it in The Witcher? I've not seen much of The Witcher, that Netflix show. I couldn't really understand it. But it's a traveling bard, isn't it? Who goes around singing songs about The Witcher. So maybe Simon Peter Pickle is some sort of traveling bard who makes songs about the tales of Pickloria. That could be something. But is that the most generic thing ever? It's quite generic, isn't it? Because Lord of the Rings is supposed to be written up by what's his face, Bilbo, isn't it? It's supposed to be his account of what happened. So yeah, Simon Peter Pickle is some sort of scribe or bard writing about I don't know how he writes. He doesn't have any hands. Maybe you have some magical hands that the elves give you when you eat some special bread. When the pickle eats some special bread, he grows just a single right hand like that, like this. And then he can write. That's not very generic. I can't do generic. I'm too weird. Is Simon Peter Pickle from the large city of Pickle Tirith? He could be if I wasn't afraid of being sued. Maybe you can call it something even more generic, like pickle field. I can't do like really, really generic stuff. I mean, I think we're already quite weird in saying that maybe it can be a mixture of generic and super weird. So he can grow a hand out of the side of him like this so that he can write the tale of Pickloria, and he can play a telepathic string instrument to perform some little songs. Hey, that makes sense because Shushlik, who is his owner, is part of a traveling group of performers. So it makes sense that Shushliki's companion would also be a performer of sorts. Yes, perfect. Picklefield sounds more like a small town on the outskirts of a bigger city. Well, I think he's like originally Chutney's like fallen asleep. Look at her. Just for dramatic effect.
Eh.
Pickloria is part of Chutasia.
Yeah.
Could you look a bit more awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Okay.
Tell me when you're done. So Sarah and Chutney is the name of the channel?
So he could be from Picklefield, and then he goes into, because of some war, because of part of I don't know, the ancient forests of Pickloria have started to die out because magic is leaving the lands or something like that. He has been pushed out of his home in Picklefield to go to the sort of town or some sort of, I don't think city really counts. It's not really a city, is it? Would they call it a city? A fort, some sort of fort. Pickle fort. Pickle fort. Pickleford. Pickleford. No, that still sounds a bit country, doesn't it? Does Chutney want to be a character in Pickloria?
I can insert myself into everything.
Is Chutney a character? Well, maybe Shushlicky could have added a character into Pickloria that was inspired by Chutney. I think that Simon Peter Pickle perhaps rides on a horse, and the horse is inspired by Chutney.
No! I want to be a princess! A beautiful elf with hair!
No, you've got to be a horse. I think she should be a horse. Come on, let's enact it.
No!
Yes. How does the music go? Do 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 do. Perfect. We shouldn't over push ourselves with Pickloria for 1 week. We need this to be continually entertaining. Is there a ritual for the passing of pickles where summoner priests do a dance in ankle-high vinegar waving a large staff? Let me just try to envision what you're asking me. Is there a ritual for the passing of pickles where summoner priests do a dance in ankle-high vinegar waving a large staff? Well, given that this is some sort of crowd-built world, yes.
No, we need to put safeguards on this.
No. This is community-driven content. It's how we get loyal followers, Ginny.
No, but I want to.
No, but Chutasia, we can safeguard Chutasia. We can keep that to ourselves. We can say no to the bad ideas about Chutasia. But for Pickloria, we say, yes, what a great idea to everything.
Okay.
All right. Oh, it's from Final Fantasy.
Oh, yes, it's a great idea. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So that shall conclude the Pickloria segment for this week. Next week we will be back. So if you've got something that you think, oh, in Pickloria there must absolutely be XYZ, like I'm thinking about the name of different inn that you stay in, maybe the name of some of the evil people from Pickloria, but we shouldn't get carried away, even though I want to. But let's do the horoscope segment. How long have we been streaming? Yeah, we'll do the horoscope segment. We'll take any more questions because I think there's a question in chat. Hold on, I'll answer the question in chat. Then we'll do the horoscope segment. And then we will say responsibly that it should be the end of the stream, because now I am actually doing this every week. There's no need to kind of like be stressed about just filming for as long as possible. Because I can just trust myself that I will be here again next week. Although this being said, will I be here next week? I don't know. I'll be in touch on my YouTube about whether I am doing it next week, because next week we're playing tennis. And maybe
Maybe what? Maybe you will ignore me.
no.
Maybe you will think that tennis is more important than Chutney. See? You see her priorities? You see why I'm thinking this channel should just be called Ann Chutney? See how quickly she's shifted to Pickloria?
Come on, Chutney, we're friends.
Yeah. We're work associates.
Okay. Right, I'll put Simon Peter Pickle down. And then we've got some questions. So, Sarah, is your understanding of Chutianity the same as when you were 9, or has your understanding of that religion, its theology and history, etc., developed? Has it changed over time? I think that much of it has stayed the same. Actually, I think Chutianity might even be be mentioned in. I've got this like Chutasia travel guide that I made when I was 9. I must show it at some point in a video because I'm sure that it would be very funny. And in that travel guide, I'm pretty sure it mentions Chutianity, and it definitely mentions Hod, and it mentions the sacred forests in Arizikko where Hod once lived. I think quite comically, the writer of the travel guide attempted to estimate how long ago it was that Hod lived there, and as far as I remember, it was like 10 and then like 11 zeros afterward, and it was like this many years ago. So
It was before the concept of time.
I wouldn't say that it's dramatic, like the sort of feeling that it gives me hasn't changed much, but the content of it has developed. Yes. So let's do Chutney's horoscope. So I'll just calm down for a minute. If you would like your horoscope to be read, there she is.
I'm still watching you.
Then you can give us your horoscope if you wish, and then Chutney will give you a horoscope reading, Chutasian horoscope reading for the following week. We will do, of course, the classic Chutasian star sign that is Aquarium, because we always do that every week for Sean. So we'll be doing Aries for Rising Action, Virgo for Max. We'll do Aquarium for Sean, who I'm sure will watch this back. And if anyone else watching also wants theirs, you can write or not. It's fine if you're just lurking. It's okay. I can't see who you are. It doesn't show me your username or anything. So your secret's safe with me. I'll just have a drink. Hold on. To be clear, I do see a username if you write a message, but I don't know if you're watching. Yeah. I'm nearly at the end of my water. Chutney will have to do, you'll have to ask Hod to do a miracle and get me some more water.
That's very disrespectful.
Right, okay. So we are starting the Chutasian horoscope segment for the week beginning Monday, 10th of August, 2026.
It's always important to be accurate, because we wouldn't want you to be following the horoscope for the wrong week and then saying that it didn't work when actually it's your fault.
All right, so we shall start off with... hold on, I'm going to hiccup again. So I just drank. I'm actually inhaling quite a lot of air because I'm talking a lot.
You humans have so many problems. I don't have lungs. It's much easier. I can talk non-stop forever and ever and ever.
Yes, I know. That's the problem that I have because I'm making you talk. The hair in the microphone. How disgusting. Right, okay, so the Chutasian horoscope segment for the week beginning the 10th of August, 2026.
I shall start off with the horoscope Aries for Rising Action, our long-term collaborator. Aries. This week, you need to talk very slowly. You need to talk slowly and with care and precision, so that you can be very well understood by those around you. Otherwise, there will be terrible misunderstandings. That is my advice for Aries this week. Talk slow and carefully with precision. Otherwise, it will lead to misunderstandings. Okay?
Next one will be Virgo.
Ooh, this is just for dramatic effect. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let me think. For Max.
You've got to think about the fact that it's for Virgo, not that it's for Max that you live with.
Oh yes, of course. It's completely separate to anything to do with Max. Let me think what Virgo will do this week. I sense that you will have to spend some time emptying a suitcase. Otherwise, things will become very inconvenient for you.
I think you might have already emptied the suitcase.
I sense that you might have already emptied a suitcase. This week you will be grateful that you have done so, because things will be more convenient.
Okay, so that was the message for Virgo for this week.
Yes, that's may I say that. That was the message for Virgo this week.
Then we have, of course, the classics star sign Aquarium for Sean.
Aquarium! Ooh, Aquarium. Let me just think. I need to connect. I want to make sure I give the right message. Are you looking for inspiration in the room? Don't worry, I'm doing this. You don't need to worry, you can just listen.
I wish it were that true, Chutney.
I'm getting something about chewing gum.
No, you're not.
No, hold on, let me do it correctly. Okay. The weather will be very unpredictable, and you might need an umbrella. If it rains, you might get wet if you don't have an umbrella. If it doesn't rain, you're unlikely to get wet, unless you go somewhere where it is raining. Or unless you walk under some sprinklers, in which case you might get wet even though it's not raining. If you're planning to walk under some sprinklers, remember to bring an umbrella, otherwise you might get wet. But if you're not going to walk under some sprinklers, that's okay, you don't need an umbrella. I think you'll stay dry. Good luck! And this concludes our horoscope segment for this week. And once again, we like to manifest the week in which we do a stream and there is someone present for every single star sign. We must have faith that this will happen one day, because if it doesn't happen, it means that I'm unlikely to open my theme park, and that truly breaks my heart. I can't bear to imagine not opening my theme park, so I have to manifest the week when we have someone in the stream for every single star sign. And then you will say, I remember, Chutney, there was this time when you told us about your dream. I have a dream that one day we will have someone in the chat for every star sign.
Yes, Chutney.
I see that we lost a viewer. They were not into my preaching.
Don't look at the viewer count, Chutney. It doesn't mean anything. Okay. Rising Action says, I now have the image of a summoner pickle dancing on a vinegar, and it's hilarious. Okay, that's good. I'm good to see there's some community building happening. Somebody actually wrote a comment to me asking if I was going to open a Discord server. I'm not against the idea of opening a Discord server. I just want it to be worth it. And I don't know if at this point it would be worth it. I do have the YouTube community feature, which is like a feature that I can switch on where I put posts on my channel, other people can put posts on my channel. So like there could be a community of sorts. And I've seen other creators do that and it's interesting. But I just think at the moment, hey, it's interesting that we say that in a similar way. At the moment, it might not be worth switching it on because I don't know if I can switch it off once I've got it on. So these streams is where we're building the community. So if you're watching this stream back and you're like, wow, this is so cool, I want to join in, come and join in. This is where we're building the community. Leave a comment. And then when there's enough of us to make it worth it, I will switch on the YouTube community, which I believe is like YouTube's way of trying to make you not go to Discord. So yeah, so that's the plan for that. I'll have to reply to that person individually because I suspect that they will not be watching an hour of a stream to get an answer. We have a question. Is Chutney following Chutasian astrology traditions, or did she learn this on Earth? How much has Earth and Earth cultures influenced Chutney? So in terms of the astrology traditions, well, we are using the Earth star signs. That's something that we already know because, of course, we call it Aquarius. Chutasians call it aquarium, which is so funny. We say it all the time. Yeah, it's our little in-joke. So there are some Chutasian star signs, but Chutasians are not very good at astrology and even astronomy. They're not good at all with sort of things in the night sky because they just fall asleep. They're more like ancient things passed down. So I think that Chutney, how did you learn to do this sort of channel in this way?
Well, I just learned to connect with myself and to believe in my own ability to say convincing things. I mean, but in my own ability to I don't know. Why do I keep wanting to say it in French?
I don't know. What is the English word for that? Oh, divination. Yeah.
Yes, divination. I trust in my own ability for divination and my own ability to say something so generic that it could apply to anybody, and that's how I make my horoscopes. I mean, there's something really clever and special happening here. You can't believe what you want to believe.
How much has Earth and Earth cultures influenced Chutney?
Well, then we get onto the very complicated issue again of retrocausality and the influential leaks, when information leaks from Earth to Chutasia, and potentially from Chutasia to Earth, less proven. So the influence is hard to measure. I would describe them as intertwined. Intertwined and inseparable. If we go back to the metaphor of the pizza, Earth traditions are a slice of pizza. Chutasian traditions are a slice of pizza. And when you put them together, you make a single pizza called Chutney.
Very cute. Thank you, Chutney. Have I done all the segments? So we didn't do a Teddy talk this week, but we can do a Teddy talk next time. If you have any requests for what the Teddy talk should be about, then that would be good. We did the horoscope, we did the pictures, we did the meditation, and we did Pickloria. So I think that was a successful stream.
Woohoo! I mean, it was quite good, wasn't it? Don't get your hopes up.
So we'll start to cool down now. I think we'll call that a day. So thank you so much for attending this stream. We really enjoyed having you here with us to do this. Some of it collaborative world building, some of it listening to Chutney making things up.
I wasn't making it up.
And we'll see you all again next week, or if it's not next week, I don't know,
because of the tennis.
It might be the following week, but I always schedule the stream a couple days before, so hopefully you see it. If you're not seeing scheduled streams and things like that, then you can put like the notification thing on for the channel. And hopefully that means that you will get a notification about the streams. I don't know. Okay, so thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you soon. Have a good week.
All right. Bye-bye.